you have. You look out for us, dear Heavenly Father. We ask that you continue to do so. During this time, Lord, we have people hurting. Lord, please be with those people and comfort them as only you can. Please be with the friends that are leaving us to take new opportunities and new milestones in life. And please, as we come into what many people don't realize is a busy season, give us guidance and wisdom. As always, Lord, please use us to better serve you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Hogan, do we have any changes to the agenda?
No, Madam Chair.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. I'd like to welcome everyone this morning, and we will kick things off with Ms. Boyle, Superintendent highlight.
Yes, and I will welcome Mrs. Ricky Richardson to the podium to give us a presentation on her outdoor education.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to come in to talk about my school. I love to brag about it as much as I can. So, and it's always hard every year when you have to come and present because you're like, all right, I'm supposed to present about something that's new and different at our school. So sometimes that's hard to do. But we're very excited to talk about outdoor education this morning. It's an 8th grade class. And they get half a high school credit for taking it, and it's something that Yankeetown has had in the past. And it went away for a little bit, and then we're bringing it back. And anytime I can bring back a tradition, makes my heart happy. So our 8th grade education, our 8th graders take this class. It is like a PE credit. Students are building confidence, teamwork, leadership skills through hands-on real-life experiences like archery, environmental exploration, outdoor challenges, learning beyond the classroom, where they can grow, connect, create memories that last a lifetime. If you've talked to anyone who has taken this class before 40, 50, 60 years old, they'll still talk about this class and things they did in it. So, and Mr. His name has left me. Who taught it at Yankeetown forever? The science teacher? It'll come to me. So we've partnered this class with FWC, the Coast Guard, and community partners. When I got moved over to Yankeetown this year, I knew I wanted to bring this class back, and I called FWC right away. And I said, hey, this is a class I'm looking to start. What can you do? How can you help me? And Captain Rama Schuster, who is a Yankeetown alumni, said, I have been waiting for this phone call for 15 years. He's like, I will do whatever I can to make this happen for you. I will co-teach. I will support. I will do whatever I need to. And he has. He's been amazing. So some of the main topics that we've done with our class is all the kids got their boater's license. Our kids have taken their hunter safety course. And FWC has helped support both of those things. My coach has taught archery, which is done by an organization called National Archery in the Classroom Program. And he was trained over the summer to be able to teach it. And FWC has also helped with that. We did first aid with Jason Hughes from Levy EMS. We did outdoor experiences like building tents and fires, boating, kayaking. I've got some pictures of that in a minute. And just kind of learning about Florida and other ecosystems in the country. So we did archery. Archery was a huge thing that I wanted to bring to the school. And I knew through a personal connection that Yankeetown used to have those, and that they were currently housed at Willis Mill High School, but they weren't using them. So the second I got over there, I called Dee and I said, I want my bows back. So we went over and picked them up, and then Coach wrote a grant with the school's foundation and to have all of them refurbished. And I called Jerry's Archery in Ocala, and I said, this is what we're doing. This is what I'd like to do. Can you give me like a rough estimate of how much it would cost so we can write this grant? And he's like, my dad went to Yankeetown and he did bows and he did hunter safety course. And I was like, great, full circle, give me a good deal. And he did. They helped us all out. I took him one boat in 3 different pieces, and he was like, oh, no problem, I can put it back together. So the kids have loved it. I've loved it. It's great to see them out there doing something that kind of is out of their comfort zone. FWC youth director called me, and he said that from now on, he will refurbish our bows every year free of cost. That's how much they're supporting us. And the community loves it. That's just a couple of Facebook comments that people have commented on our post. They just absolutely love it. They've learned to put tents together and build fires. I was very nervous that day out there with the fire extinguisher in case anything happened. But they've had a blast. I did call Rama and I said, hey, you mentioned you had some canoes. You want to take our kids canoeing? And so he was like, absolutely, give me just a minute, I'll call you right back. And so they had actually loaned out their canoes, and so he borrowed another county's, Marion County's kayaks. And so before our kids went, we had them do a presentation where they had to pick a wildlife or plant life to present that they were going to see on the river. And they had to do some background information on the Withlacoochee and present to their class. So that was fun, gave them a little bit of knowledge before we left. And then we walked across the street to Brooks Dockside. There's a little boat ramp right there. And so we put in and we went all the way down to the Coast Guard station and had the Coast Guard show us around, which was really fun. And the kids, they're teenagers, so they're very much like, I don't want to do this. And then the second we did it on the way home, they were like, can we do it again? This was so awesome. So, and Rama was here again, and he did a great job and made it fun for the kids. There's some more. That's the Coast Guard pictures down there on the bottom. I didn't realize there were so many people at the Coast Guard station. Whenever I drive by there, there's like nobody there because they're all parked around back, I guess. But we went in and there was like 18 people sitting in the cafeteria. I was like, oh my gosh. And that's just some more Facebook people loving the support and retelling stories from when they were kids. Like, oh, we did that. And, one of the things we wanted our kids to be able to have is like real life situations where it would benefit them. So we wanted them to get CPR certified, and they got adult, child, and infant, and first aid trained. And it cost us $20 a student, and we had money in our middle school account that we were able to purchase that with, so our kids didn't have to come up with that. But it was a lot of fun for the kids, and a life skill that a lot of them live with their grandparents or have younger siblings. And we also wanted it to be a marketable thing for some of our girls that babysit over the summer. So some of them have already gotten babysitting jobs because they've been able to say they're CPR certified. So that was really cool. And our FWC came in to present, which was also a Yankeetown alumni. And they were able to kind of answer any questions that the kids had, kind of just talk about what they do for the day, which was very interesting for our students. So we're really excited about this class, and we can't wait to grow each year. There's not a whole lot of stipulations on what you have to do, so you really can take it in any direction that you want, which is really cool, a good opportunity. And we just feel like it's something we can build on every year, and things like I've already hit FWC up for our canoeing trip next year, and they're more than happy to help us out. And it's just, we want to bring a little tradition back and something that kids can talk about and then remember. And I think that's it. Do you have any questions?
I don't have a question. I love it. It's such a relevant class for Yankeetown kids.
Yes.
And it gets to show them, I could be in the Coast Guard. I could be a FWC agent. It's just so, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And my son wishes that he probably had this at Littleton.
Right.
And that he'd tell you
Yeah.
Tucker would be all over this.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my husband teaches this class too, and that was where I got the idea. And he's taught at a couple different schools, and he's at Denellen currently. And so my coach will talk to him and be like, hey, what are you doing this week? What are you doing next week? Kind of get some ideas. And my husband took a climber stand to school to show kids how to use a climber stand. And so my coach was like, oh, I got a ladder stand at home. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Our Yankeetown kids will be 30 feet in the air in about 30 seconds. We're not bringing a climber stand to school. So, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is.
It was great to see the archery in action
Right.
when we went for the
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
visit.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
wonderful.
And I'm
That was
supposed to have a shoot off with one of my students, my 8th graders, and I'm going to win. But he was sick all last week, and we were supposed to shoot off last week. So he's currently making up some assessments right now that he missed, but we'll do it before the end of the year.
Oh, you have to film that.
Yes.
Right.
No, the
Put it in your
results.
presentation
Yeah.
for next year.
Anything
That's
else?
awesome, Ricky.
Cool.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Computer is frozen.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is Ms. Graham. I almost said Ms. Dola.
I know, I thought the same thing too.
All right, good morning. My name is Chelsea Graham, and I'm talking about ADA compliance specifically with social media. To introduce myself, I have 5 fun facts. So I graduated from the University of Florida with my degree in public relations. I've taught for 6 years. I've taught kindergarten and first grade. My mom has taught in Levy County for 32 years. She's retiring this year. We have her return party on Thursday, so that's super exciting. I'm a Levy County graduate, and I have a son, Tatum, who's almost 1, and I think he's adorable. But, so yeah, just some fun facts about me. So what I do for Levy County, I am what you would call the social media girl. So I work part-time, and I oversee our Facebook account, Parent Square, and our website. So we're just gonna dive right in, okay? So digital accessibility, what I want you guys to think of is, think of ADA. So when you go into a building, you wanna make sure that there's compliance with wheelchair accessibility, that we don't just have stairs, that we have accommodations for everyone. So take that and put it in the internet form. So we wanna make sure that we have internet that everyone can engage with, okay? That we don't just have one thing that a screen reader wouldn't be able to pick up. So right here you can see we want to make sure that there's access to interact with online content. So the fancy ruling happened in April of 2024. The DOJ issued a final rule on ADA, which established that web content accessibility guidelines. We're going to refer to that as WCAG. It's a mouthful, but that's what everyone refers to it as. Sorry, bless you. And so that's the standard that needs to be in place for all of our website content, all of our Facebook, anything that like goes that far, it's going to be with WCAG. So when you hear me say WCAG, that was the final ruling. So what does the WCAG guidelines apply to? Now before I dive into this, I want to say I am not an expert in ADA. This came to my attention when I was at the NEPEC conference, and everyone was talking about this, saying we need to get on board. So from that point forward, I went ahead and I found any type of webinar I could on ADA and attended it. So this is from one of the webinars that I attended, and at the bottom it said, etc. So there's a lot of gray area on this, but these are the ones that we're going to focus on. And the DOJ, I'm hoping, we're all hoping in the PR world, that they're going to come up with more specific guidelines, that it's not going to be so gray. But for now, we can focus on this. We have our website, our social media, photos and graphics goes into that, videos, email signatures, that one worries me a little bit, but we can go across the board, flyers, and then our Google Docs. So when does it go into effect? For our district, it's April 26th of 2028. So originally it was going to be next year, but the DOJ pushed everybody back a year. So that is good news that we have more time to prep for this. One thing I want to stress though, we don't need to wait until April 25th and be like, okay, let's go ahead and let's get this set up. Let's go ahead and start complying now. That way we can kind of work out any of the bumps, and then we can make sure by April 26th, we don't face any of the consequences that could arise. So where schools typically miss the mark, alt text is a really big one. PDFs that are not screen reader friendly, poor color contrast. This would be like if you had a lime green background with yellow font, and our lovely colors. We worked together on Yankeetown, but we were in compliance there, so that's good. But videos without captions, that's a big one. Videos are really strong right now. That's where, for Facebook and all of social media, we're all posting videos. Nobody wants to read anything anymore. They just want to watch it. So now we just need to make sure that we have captions. So inconsistent navigation across campuses, and then the overuse of images instead of real text. And that's more of your like emojis. So if you see a post with lots of emojis, a screen reader, that's just not very friendly. It's gonna be like star emoji, star emoji, star emoji. No, I don't want that. So that's one thing that we have to be on the lookout for. The good news is that we recently went to a new website,
and we have Parent Square, and it is pretty difficult to break the WCAG standards. It's not impossible, so we still have to train people, but it doesn't make it difficult. This is the back end of the website, so I created each school's website, and this is just a screenshot of it. So you can see in the green, that's everything that's ADA compliance. The yellow is saying this isn't gonna work. You might get fined, okay? Where it's not what I would call dummy proof is you can hit okay, and it'll still go up. So we wanna make sure that when people see this, that are working on our website, that they do not click okay. They make sure that all the green boxes are green and we're good to go. So the impact for social media, we want to keep captions for all photos. We need captions for all photos, and we want to stick to 10 photos or less. We need to have alt text on every single image. Again, the color contrasts were pretty good across the district with that. Closed captions for videos. Videos that don't include talking, they need to have a caption in the description, and then short links, which we're also pretty good with this. That would be like our tiny URLs that we use. So here are some examples. So you can see here, over here, this would be the one where we have all of our star emojis. This is AI generated, which is great. AI is an awesome tool. We can use AI, it's just not WCAG proof. So use it, but we still have to know the WCAG standards. Over here, this is fine. If we just did the medals, good. It's where we have all these stars. Or we could go backwards, don't have the medals, you can have stars. It's not saying that you can't have any emojis. It's just saying be conscious of the emojis that you're using, because again, for the screen reader, it's just not very friendly. Over here, right here for Yankee Town, this is great, but we have 48 extra images. So as much as we want to see all these pictures, the problem with having 48 extra images is that Ricky or whoever is in charge of social media is going to have to go through, caption every single picture, and then put alt text for every single picture. So if we don't have those, then we're not in compliance. So that's where NEFEC, when I was over there, they said, let's just stick to 10 pictures or less. That way we can go ahead, we can caption, we can alt text, and we're not spending 5 hours on that. Same thing with Wilson Middle High over here. We have 22 extra pictures. You also see PBIS. We're not going to want to do any acronyms. We need to spell it all out. Once we spell it all out, then we can go and use acronyms. But we can't just throw up PBIS. So those are some examples that we have there. Over here, you can see this is on the district page. We have a caption, and then we have alt text. I don't know if you guys have ever had it, but because I have a 1-year-old now, and she likes to like push buttons on my computer, this crazy thing comes up. This is saying what alt text is, that you have alt text. So when you view an image, it's not going to say alt text is there. You have to specifically go in, click a button, and you may be saying, oh, they're not going to do that. We've heard that they have hired, DOJ has hired entities to go in and check each one. So that's where we just want to make sure that we have the alt text in there, the caption, and just stick to the 10 photos or less. So the consequences that we could face, we would have to go back, we'd fix the post, we'd fix anything on social media that we would need to. However, there's the lawsuits and settlements. We just don't want to get into that. So there are legal costs. The first one, starting out, is $75,000. And that's for the first one. After that, it goes to $175,000. And that's if our posts right over here aren't in compliance. So it's very easy to just post something, but we have to make sure that everybody's up to speed on what we're posting. It's unfortunate that this is what we have to do, but we just have to take the extra steps. So one of the webinars that I attended, her name's Andrea Gribble. Melissa put me on her. She's amazing. She is like what you would call like the social media guru of public schools. And so this was her 5-step accessibility playbook. So one, we need to audit. There are tools out there that we can use that we can identify the gaps that we'll need. Prioritize. We need to focus on our high traffic pages. Think about our website. Like I said, our website, it looks really good. Some of the stuff that we took from the old website and we updated, just uploaded straight to our new one, some of that stuff is not in WCAG guidelines. So we do have some work that we need to fix there. Fix the fundamentals. Like I said, this is more so for our PR people at the schools. We want to make sure that they know that this is what they need to do from here on out. Train our team. So anybody at the schools who will be posting, it doesn't just apply to the district page, it applies to any of our school pages. The gray area that we see and that we came up with at NEFAC, is it gonna be like a football booster team? Do they have to be in compliance? Does the volleyball team have to be in
Right.
compliance? So what we have said, if there's the football boosters and they post all these great pictures or any of this information, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna take those pictures, we're going to make sure it's up to guidelines, and then we post it from our page. So instead of just resharing it, we're just gonna have to make our own post. Now with schools, we can reshare their information because they will be up to the guidelines. So that's one thing that we're gonna try to be doing. So we don't necessarily have to worry about all our extracurriculars. We're just focused right now on our schools and our district pages. And then 5, monitor and maintain. So this is gonna be a thing that's ongoing. It's not just a one-time fix. We got it going on. We're gonna make sure that every single post, everything that goes up on the website has to be in compliance. Any questions? I know that was.
Like on the Facebook post, you
lot.
know, you said like over 10 pictures, but you can make multiple posts as long as they don't exceed 10 pictures.
Correct.
I mean, because they hate to choose, you know, there's like so many
So
kids and
many.
you want every kid, you know, lots of them to try to get pictures.
Right.
So you want to be able to, you
And
know,
that was just a guideline that we came up with at the event and PR marketing for NEFAC. Nowhere does it say ADA says you have to have 10 photos or less. It's just more so of the person going and, like I said, and taking the time to caption each one and to do the alt text. So it's just time consuming. But yes, you want to show all the greatness that all the schools are doing, but they want to limit it. So
We won't be responsible if someone tags us in their post, correct?
as far as we know, that's correct. So if you have, like, for your FWC, if they were to tag you in it, as long as you don't reshare it, which is a bummer, but you could just take any of the information that they have and then you would share it from your post.
Use my favorite.
I know, believe me. When we're at those meetings, everybody's like,
yeah.
And then I'm sure we're gonna do some kind of PD with this, because I don't even know how to alt whatever a picture.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll have to go around, and then anybody who has access to the website or social media, we're just gonna have to train that. And like I said, it's better that we start now, and we can work out all the kinks. And that way we don't have to worry about any of that money situation, because that's no fun. But yeah, sorry, it was a little heavy of a
The
conversation.
larger districts have to be prepared
Right.
sooner than the smaller ones. So, I mean, we also will be learning from the larger
Yeah.
districts going through it before we have to go through it. I mean, it's a plus.
Right.
It's a small plus, but
Yeah, and I feel like somebody's gonna come up with something that you can easily
Yes.
put your.
That's what we're
post through.
waiting on.
Yes.
And like, what company is gonna do this?
Right.
for us?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be really nice, because like I said, like ChatGPT, great, but it doesn't have those standards yet built in. So it does do a good job, but again, it's not in full compliance.
Right. Gosh, a lot to
Thank
think
you
about.
for-
Thank you.
Thank you.
presenting all
Yes,
that
thank you very
information.
much. Mr. Eastman, you're up. Good morning.
We have one bid to award this morning. This is one of our yearly bids that typically go, we have two, it's bid extensions on the end of it, so we ran out of 3 years, so this is just one coming back around. It's for liquid propane, and we typically only have 2 companies that, bid on it, which we ended up getting 2 more this time, which was nice and pretty close, but, my recommendation is gonna be with Suburban Propane, and this is our current company that we use, and I will make a, note that the markup price is kind of what we're looking at, and that's the same markup price they gave us 3 years ago, so it did not increase.
They're locked into these prices. There's not fuel adjustments or anything they can do with rising rates.
No, the current cost is what could go up, but the markup is locked in.
Okay.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the bid?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eastman. Mr. Bennett? Good morning.
So, as you may know, several years ago, the Florida legislature established some school start times for elementary, middle, and secondary schools. And then about a year ago, they provided school districts with some additional flexibility for compliance with that rule because many school districts are finding it challenging to meet all the requirements of the statutorily established school start times. So what you have before you today is a compliance plan, which is the avenue through which the legislature gave districts to be compliant if they were finding outright compliance challenging. So in looking at this, we've had a couple of previous meetings where we've had opportunities for public comment on school start times. And in looking at our compliance as a district with it, we have some challenges, in particular surrounding busing. So for us to establish a later start time, in particular for high school, would require us, in consultation with transportation, to establish some additional bus routes, probably hire some additional drivers, and also there will be some additional fuel costs involved. So there's a substantial financial issue here for us to be compliant. We're close in many cases. We're within 30 minutes frequently for the high school compliance time. Also, another aspect of this, which is kind of an unintended consequence for districts, is if you start later as a high school, that also means you're ending later as a high school. And when you end later in a high school, that means you're getting closer to after-school athletic events, which means students miss more instructional time and have to leave early in order to make the start times for those events. So those are all things to consider, and why we've chosen to maintain our status quo. So given that, if you have no questions, we ask you to consider a motion to approve our compliance plan.
So moved.
It's been moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Gore, with our final safety report. No.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Morning.
Final for this year, I should say. Thank you. I don't have anything cool to talk about, like social media or outdoor education. But we had one state audit during this quarter and 4 local audits. And I'm pleased to report there was no findings in any of those audits. So that's pretty much that. Any questions for me? Normally give negative information because it's related to safety and convenience and that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Do you have any questions?
Being there's none, thank you so
Yep,
much.
thank you. And Miss Julia. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here to request the approval to advertise the wellness policy. It's an annual thing we do each year to send out, make sure everybody's aware and see if anybody wants to make changes.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Miss Julia.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And now is the time for public comments. Ms. Graham, Ms. Richardson, do you have any public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a motion? It's been moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving to the consent agenda, Mr. Asbell, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I do have comments. There's sadness and happiness when you look at this. There are people moving on to new opportunities. It's great for them. It's sad that they're leaving. There's retirements that are well deserved. There is a person who passed away. I mean, all the emotions are right there in this one. And we have some folks that have done a fantastic job that are moving to other positions in their school system. They're going to do fantastic there. I wish everyone luck with that. And the ones that are leaving will miss you. Miss you a lot. That's all I
Thank
have.
you, Mr. Asbell. Ms. Campbell?
We're giving comments now, or
Whatever
I
you
would-
like. If you have any questions or comments on the consent agenda.
on the consent agenda? No, I have no questions.
Mr. Whitehurst?
I'm gonna echo Mr. Asble's statement. Like I said, a lot of movement. I understand this time of year is, being the fourth time or third or fourth year, I guess I've been through this. It's, you see a lot of people, making career changes or just moving within the district, and certainly, it's kind of hard for change, but I understand that, people's got to do what they need to do, and what the district's got to do what they feel like they need to do too. So, just wish everybody the best. That's all I have. Thank you.
Same. I'll echo everything. I always hate to call out individuals and miss other wonderful people, but I am going to call out Ms. Taylor. We are going to greatly miss you as a district and just want to thank you for everything you've done for us. And that is all I have. Did you have any comments or no?
Approval,
Just need the approval of the consent and finance agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Having a hard time with my computer this morning. That's
It's okay.
okay. Now's the time for superintendent comments.
Thank you, Madam
Madam
Chair.
Superintendent?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I echo what the board members have said. It's a bittersweet consent agenda, and I too wish Mrs. Taylor, and I'll again speak about Mrs. Lewis, that are going into a different phase, I guess, of their life. So there's been hugs and flowers and, sadness and happy for both of them at the same time, and wish them everything that they deserve. I remember talking to Ms. Tanya when I first stepped into this role and saw what she built with the CTE, and there was no doubt in my mind that, as the board saw, that she should be named director. And if you remember back then, it was necessary and well-deserved. So I appreciate both of you and what you have done for Levy County. You will be missed. In reference to some of the changes, wishing all the best to the new APs that are happening at Joyce Bullock and Chiefland Middle High. I think they will do great things, and that's a decision that you see there that those wanted, so I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that they spoke up and asked for it as well. A big shout out to Breezy. I know he's in the back again. Every year we talk about it, but him and his team, they do amazing things setting up for the graduations. And I know it's hard to go from one campus to the next and get everything done in a short amount of time, especially when you have four graduations in 1 week. But thank you, Breezy, and your team for everything. And a big shout out to the IT department and Lintasia. I don't know if any of you heard about the major thunderstorm that happened Saturday morning in Cedars. Some of you had graduation parties, but Cedar Key was just flooding. And I think the power went out 4 times. And of course, they did a new presentation in the gym, so there were 5 different screens that they wanted going for their slideshow, and they had to be reset 4 times. I think 5 minutes before graduation started was the last time the power went out. And I think Miss Linda had to use one of the blow dryer to dry her dress before. It was wet, but in the end, it stopped raining midway through the graduation, and it turned out beautiful. And everybody was very, very happy. Thank you, Miss Ricky, for showing your outdoor education. And it was great to see that day walking around. I mean, the kids, even the kids that were just sitting there watching the other kids shoot, I mean, they were you could tell they were involved.
Engaged,
Yeah, definitely engaged. It was a great time. Looking forward to the summer, and I certainly hope all the teachers and admin get a well-deserved break, because I know that they've been working hard. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms.
very
Boyle.
much.
Mr. Asbell, board
Thank-
comments.
Thank you, ma'am. Coming off graduation, it was fantastic. This is the good time of year for everybody involved. And then come about Friday, it's really good for everybody under the age of 17. And a little bit more work to be done around here. And we get serious. And I don't know about anybody else. I'm gonna deviate a little bit. I don't know if anybody else has gotten these calls, but I have gotten calls from people working for the Levy County School Board that we have these folks leaving and retiring, and oh, what are we going to do? And it is no bad reflection on the people leaving. We have the best people you could possibly have. And guess what happens when you have the best people? Other places want the best people also. And the best people are they're like cream, they're going to rise. You can't stop that, and you can't discourage that. And if you're worth a darn, you want people to better, and you will miss them. But some people are calling in panic mode and all this kind of thing, and everybody needs to calm down. We're going through some stuff, but I've pointed to this before. You see that sign? Established in 1845. This sucker has been through some bad stuff. You think about 1845, we're all, some of y'all are, some of us aren't, educated folks. About 1845. The Civil War broke out after we were established. Don't you think there was panic then? What are we going to do? But it kept going. And each time it's gotten better. We've got great people here who have laid a groundwork, laid the foundation, and it keeps getting improved upon. When I was a kid, I can't remember who ran this, who did that. Now there's people here now. And guess what? It didn't crumble. It didn't fall apart. It's gotten better. We're going to desperately miss you good folks. There's no doubt about that. But we got good people in place. And this is more for those people that are calling me and all that. We got good people in place. And we're going to find replacements. And we're going to keep forging ahead and take what they started and keep going with it. Make it better. I believe in us. And I look at it and that's closing in on 200 years. I've been through it before. And as I heard a preacher one time say, you ever thought about climbing a mountain? If it was smooth, could not climb. There have to be rocky moments to climb a mountain. We're going to keep climbing this mountain. And when y'all get done playing in private industry, come on back. We'll take it. Okay? But y'all are the cream of the crop, so you're naturally going to rise. And I wish each one of you the best at Steve. You deserve it. You deserve all the rewards you can possibly get. And it would be wrong. I love you and I want you to stay. And I'm that guy that'll sit here and go, I don't know why anybody leave. But I won't hold it against you. Anytime somebody tries to improve themselves, I am for that 100%. I appreciate what you've done. And I look forward to the next folks, and we're going to support them. We're going to have good people to keep going. All right. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Asbell. Ms. Campbell?
Oh, well, I agree with everything so eloquently said. But I do want to thank Mr. Lott for always being our guiding light, our beacon, through all my years of teaching and now on the school board. I want to thank you for all of that, John. And Melissa and Tanya, I've learned so much from both of you, and you've done a lot for our county, and I am very grateful for that, and I wish you all the best in your future. You deserve only good things to come your way. The Yankeetown presentation, I loved it. The outdoor education, I enjoyed watching your archery class when we visited. And the family the two teachers that started it way long ago, which I've been around since way long ago, were the Sturviston.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He came out all
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
to Leicester.
They started the cross-country team and the outdoor education way back. but you're doing a great job. I love it. And the graduations, I really had the honor of attending all of them, and they were wonderful. And I came away from each one of them thinking, what a tremendous responsibility we have as a school board to make sure that our students reach that moment. There's so many of them, and yeah, even at Cedar Key, even though there were only 7. But yeah, it's a tremendous responsibility, and I look forward to continue to work toward that in the next 2 years. And then we're having our Young Authors Conference on the 28th, and if anyone's able to come, it's a great morning. The kids have been writing and ready to publish and share their works. And we have some great guests, so thank you. And I do wish everyone a good, a happy, and a safe summer.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. Mr. Whitehurst?
I can't put it as eloquently as Mr. Asma always does. He always has the best ways to word stuff.
Because I'm full of bull.
Full of bull. Well, whatever it is, you always do a good job. Like I said, I said 1845, that is interesting to kind
I wasn't
of
around
reflect.
then.
Yeah. Miss Taylor, I remember when she was my daughter's avid teacher, and just kind of had this spark to her, and I'm just glad that she was able to kind of move up, and the things she did for the district, just pushing the CTE, and just it's really been amazing what you've kind of done, and certainly will be missed. But like Cameron said, I guess the cream kind of rises top, and like I said, people's always kind of recruiting highly skilled people, no doubt about it, in the private industry. And that's that, Melissa. I wish you all the best. And Mr. Lott, certainly appreciate you. You've been here a long time and sitting there seeing, from principals to teachers and, like I said, assistant superintendent. Like I said, just you've been through all the different parts of the district, and certainly touched many people, and it will be missed. And appreciate you staying on as part-time through some transition, and that means a lot. And I know you say, just appreciate you a lot. And like I said, as far as graduations, I only went to Williston's, but it was good. I had 165 graduates. I think like 155 walked, is what I was told. So it was certainly a lot. It's hard to see, hard to believe how many people are graduating from Williston nowadays. And I think we have about 110 or so, somewhere around that. So certainly growing, and just I say it's a lot to do all these different schools. I don't know how many total graduates we probably had across the district. Or 400.
Yeah, about that.
About
It's
400,
160, 110 in
Yeah.
Chico Middle High.
Yeah.
7.
We bear a lot of responsibility to make sure we educate these people and, stay in compliance and, just all the things. It's a big organization that, is run, and that we have to keep going. And like I said, there's the ebb and flow, but like I said, since 1845, it's been going. And like I said, there's been multiple board members, multiple superintendents, but the ship keeps on going. So, but while we're here, we have to keep making sure we make the best decision for it. So I'm just excited for summer. I know my kids are. They're already planning all the stuff they got to do over the summer, and they kind of, after yesterday, it was kind of like, hey, it ain't summertime yet. We got school tomorrow and everything. We got to finish through this week. But just hope everybody has a good summer, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my favorite time of the year, too. I feel like it's just the ending of the graduates. It's so exciting, and the Facebook posts and the parties. And always my favorite takeaway are the kids that we have expelled. I have a funny story. My oldest son, when he was sitting at graduation, and I was up on the stage, he said, the boy next to him said, "You see that?" He didn't say lady, he said something else. "She expelled me a couple years ago." But even there, he was like, "Yeah, that's my mom." But I love seeing those kids that have walked the line and end up graduating. Thank you to our presentations. Ms. Graham makes me feel super old that you're here, and that was a heavy presentation, a lot for us to think about, a lot on the person's plate at the individual schools that they're now going to have to, dot their I's and cross their T's. And Ms. Richardson, I loved your presentation too. Again, so relevant. Growing up, we did square dancing. I don't know where that got us in life, but there's the funny meme, like we square danced but didn't learn how to do our taxes. So this is a very relevant class with CPR and again, all the career opportunities. And Yankeetown has a big week this week with kindergarten, pre-K graduation, kinder graduation Thursday and Friday. Anything else while you're here?
8th grade is Friday.
Friday, yeah, that's right.
And they're ringing the bell and the whole thing, it's a new bell, got a new bell.
Yeah.
So, not gonna fall on anybody.
And with that, I've already said a lot about Miss Taylor and Miss Lewis, but you guys will be greatly missed and good luck in your future. And if we have no further business, the meeting is adjourned. Executive session to follow.